Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle Anungu.
Yes, what's going on, everybody? Another great episode here, the American Investor Show, episode 236. Thank you for joining me. Look, man, we had some surprises today. Stocks we talked about yesterday, all of a sudden today, putting up some incredible gains. One of them is being CEI. And I, first and foremost out the gate, of course, thanking my sponsors, Equity Feed, equityfeed.com. Sign up, best scanner on the market, hands down, no credit card required. Get 2 weeks free, equityfeed.com. But shout out to the guy who called up about CEI. Excuse me, I think he was just in the chat room. And then the stock went to the moon this morning. Didn't play it, but it was just really cool to see that happen where, we got it pulled up yesterday and then the very next day it goes nuts after they released information about the fact that, the New York Stock Exchange has agreed to give them an extension. Cool Cats, Londell Carter, Michael B., what's up, man? Chart Rider, LOL Edwall, DNF Bob, Donzel Essex, Kenneth Rosenberg. That pre-market smack must have made you a bit nervous with the puts. Well, no, because, Kenneth, we talked about that. We talked about how, Snap was going to, the bulls were going to dip by in the morning, and then they're going to get caught. It was a bull trap. It was perfectly explained here on the show. Parker Mills, what's up, man? More peace. Londell Carter. Yeah, Kenneth, don't forget to remind me of that NAK. Londell Carter, George M, what's up, man? Cool Cats, of course. Bundle Up. Yusef L, Legendary 8s, Otis Johnson. Shout out to everybody watching now and in the future. Getting back to these charts, yeah, man. I mean, it's playing exactly, the way we thought it was going to play. Don't want to, beat a dead horse on it, but Snap is looking really good. And if we go to like the 2-minute chart, this is basically how it looked. We saw it drop in the morning or pre-market anyway, from the night before, and the bulls, came in, and beautiful bull trap, beautiful bull trap. If you don't like to play earnings, this is how you play the move of the direction. And you just let the trap happen, get a little bit of a discount on the puts, then you just load up and just use moving averages. All right, you would use moving averages to stay in the trade. All right, so if you got scared out here, you would probably close the trade here, or if you just had some guts, just hang on for the rest of the ride. But beautiful trade on that one. The only thing about my Snap trade, man, like I said, is like I bought way too much protection. So even the protection was a little bit eating my ass. But I don't want to show where the gains are at because I know, the IRS is watching. But, this is the portfolio. Still the same. Nothing's changed here. The November 17th, they're not really much doing anything. Most of the profit is in those $14 puts. The calls, I've already dumped those. The calls are out, so the calls aren't there anymore. But the $14 puts are what, at $250 right now, something like that. I don't even want to keep looking at it. because actually let me see here, 140s. 140. So do your math on that. I mean, it's a pretty decent trade, but that's why I want those 170. I want those $10 ones to come into play. That's where my big money is going to be made, is when those puts that I have for a penny at 10 get into the money. That's where I'm going to make my killing. I got those for a penny, bro. What's a good book on moving averages that I talk about? The crossover moving average. I don't know the name of it. I've given it out to several people here. Just email me, happypennystocks@gmail.com, and I'll send it to you free. All of it, I'll email it to you. It's free. It's about 8 megabytes. And it basically gives, maybe 24 moving averages that you can use in combination with each other as great, ways to determine a trade or to stay in a trade. Because it's kind of like guides, the 2 and the 4, 8 and 16, 15 and 30, 12 and 24, 5 and, it's all different kind of things. I mean, it's not just simply going in with the half and more, but there are different things into it. CNBC Fast Money says do not play calls on Nvidia tomorrow. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I think Nvidia is going to kill tomorrow. I mean, these are the same guys who said don't go in on Snap. So, look, I like CNBC, but you got to understand, man, most of those guys, they're playing with way more money than you, and they can afford to miss out on trades. You can't do that when you're trying to, get out of the rat race, get out of that 9 to 5. 845, call me back. I just missed your call. You gotta put yourself in a position to win as much as you can. Or guess what? You're gonna be working until your 60s, man. You know what I mean? Those guys can do that. They can be like, oh, fuck it, just not buying the video tomorrow. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, shit. You might miss out on the opportunity to make $2,000 or $3,000. And you need that. 845, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, it's Ken. Yeah, not only CNBC Fast Money, but Jim Cramer saying don't buy Nvidia calls just tomorrow.
And I'm surprised he said that, because here's the thing now. If let's say you don't buy the Nvidia calls, right? And out of the bat, it does a Google on us, and you're looking at 221, 222. I mean, aren't you mad that you didn't go in?
Yeah, Amazon too. Yeah, I'm very mad.
Yeah. I mean, this has been the season. I don't see that stopping. I don't see that stopping at all. I think Nvidia is going to be, the big one. Obviously, the stock's been cooling down because it has been hot, but I don't see why not. If they put up good earnings, that we can get 10, maybe even $15. But look, if you guys want to sit back, that's fine. I mean, sit back and then play the direction, because even the direction, whatever it is going to be an amazing opportunity to play.
Yeah, I'm just looking up the short position in Nvidia to see if there's any decent, because it's nice when there's a decent short position in a stock. It helps, but 2.5% of the float's short. But I'm not saying you're wrong. You could be very right. And that stock always surprises.
Absolutely.
Wanted to go over a couple of the pennies that you said. Bring up NAC, NAK, and what's interesting with NAK, there was an article today, I think in Seeking Alpha, that again, they think the partnership news is going to happen by the 15th. That's a week away. I take it for what it's worth, but the chart looks good. Yeah,
very healthy. I mean, it's got a very, very healthy looking chart. You got the beautiful higher lows setting up. I mean, this has been since July. It's very solid direction in NAK. I mean, just continue to follow the trend. I mean, the trend has been nice. You run, it cools off, it runs again, and now you're headed higher. Let's see if you can break out of that. What's that high that set back in October? 220 at 220, 225. So, yeah, if you break out of that, then who knows how high you can go, and we'll see where it goes with this. I know you're still dealing with the situation in Alaska with getting the permits for what they got going on out there with protecting the fisheries and all that, but right now things looking good for NAK.
And there was some decent volume in the $2 and $2.50 calls, November 17th strike price. That's not bad.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah, I didn't take a look at the options, but let me pull that up now. November 17th. 250.
And
Okay.
look at December actually. Look at the December 15th, the 4,000 traded on the 250s, 4,700 on the 3s, 3,300 on the 350s.
Wow.
That's not
Okay.
bad.
Yeah. All right. So people definitely position themselves in for an approval on this project if it does happen. So nice move
Yeah.
on somebody who's taking a little position, and they're pretty cheap calls too, right? 50. I mean, the bid and ask is pretty wide, but again, they're playing the idea that the company's going to get the permit to build what they want to build out there, and that's why they're doing that. It's not a day get in one day, get out the next day kind of thing, because the liquidity necessary day to day isn't there. But you know what the catalyst is.
Okay, and just a couple penny stocks tonight. The ATPT was up again today, but there was a T trade near the close, which always gets me a little nervous. Those stupid T trades with those penny stocks. I wasn't a big T trade, but at least it was up. Stock was up.
I mean, this stock, you brought it up yesterday, and it's still putting up pretty good volume. I mean, 25 million shares traded, 0041. You know, that's quite a bit of volume. I know that's got to be at least a couple $100,000 coming in and out of this. So, it's running, and it is what it is.
Yeah, and there was a couple more. The JBZY had a decent move today, closed near 8 cents on the JBZY. Again, that's a cult story stock, so you take it for what it's worth. It used to be DOLV, but I mean, at least you have decent volume with it day. And if you look at, I think you had said to me remember I mentioned it went from 16 cents down to 4 or 5, and you said, Ken, it's going to bounce. You were around the money.
And it did bounce. I mean, I'm actually quite impressed by how the fact that usually when you get the bounce, it's 1 or 2 days, but this is now the third day from that bounce where you're seeing green here. So is it possible a second run could happen here? I'd wait and see if you can get that break out of the 8 higher. If you get a break of 8, then it might be another opportunity to retest a previous high, even higher than that. But
what's interesting is there's been no real. I mean, this company's not released news. There's nothing.
Oh wow.
Supposedly 8Ks and financials are coming out later this week from the ticker change that occurred 2 weeks ago. We'll see. The other thing I see, if you look at the volume on your charts, the volume was huge when we went from 4 to 16 on the name change. The volume's been coming down. I mean, there's decent volume, but it's still coming down.
Yeah, so it's cooling. It's cooling.
So we'll see with that one. And anyway, the third one is MSMY, Mary Sam Mary Yellow. Take a look at that one. That one is just red hot. I'm not in it, but look at it.
Yeah. This one is really nice too. Solid volume coming into the move, but then it started to dry up here October, November. So it's moving higher, but now moving higher in even lighter volume. That's very interesting. So I don't know what's going on there, but I mean, you had a great day today of almost 30%. I'm not seeing what the volume was, but I don't know how you can sustain these kind of levels with declining volume.
Yeah.
So I'd be careful with this one. Now even oversold here, just above 70 on this RSI.
Okay, and just the thoughts on the market. If you look at the IWM, the Russell 2000, we talked about it last night. The Russell 2000 hit the 50-day moving average at 146.11 today. Look how and it bounced.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting.
Here's the thing, though. The Republicans tomorrow are announcing the tax bill. This is the final version. Final version. It's being announced tomorrow. That's exactly what caused this situation. So with what happened today on IWM. So it's going to get announced tomorrow. We're going to find out tomorrow who's on what side, who's gonna, do they have the political strength to be able to make it happen on this finalized version. So because the one they're presenting tomorrow is the one that's going to be put on the floor. If you get any kind of hesitation or if they feel like they don't have the votes and you're talking about a delay, this IWM is coming down even further. So we'll see what happens.
Not only that. And look at the IBB, the Biotech one also. It's at a critical point.
Yeah.
Tomorrow should be a very interesting.
Oh well, Ken. I mean, you've said it. This market needs it. I mean, you look at the XLF, IBB. I mean, you look at all of the exchange traded funds, ETFs that have been giving people, the freedom to get away from single stock risk. These companies depend on this market depends on that tax bill being able to be passed, because a lot of these companies, if they were honest with you, they tell you they're not sure they're going to be able to replicate some of the earnings numbers that they've put out this year. That's why the tax bill is going to be so critical for them, so they can use some of those savings to be able to show those kind of improvements going into the next earnings cycle.
And they talked about that on Fast Money tonight. They're saying, Adami was saying, why is the 10-year bond, the interest rate's going down at 2.32? I think it hit a high of like 2.48 a couple of weeks ago. Interest rates should be going up if things are so great in this economy and all. So it really, it's this tax bill it's a really, it's a catalyst.
Yeah,
yes
absolutely.
Or no it.
Absolutely. So we'll see. We're still they're running out of time though. They're running out of time. The market is showing that they're running out of time. So something's got to give here soon. It's either going to be they're going to pass this thing, or the market says, look, time's up, and it comes back down.
And you have those cheap puts. You've talked about that strategy, small percentage of your portfolio, and those cheap puts, 6 months, 8 months.
Oh, yeah, really man. I mean, I'm loaded up with $30 VIX, $20 VIX, $25 VIX calls. So, I mean, they're dirt cheap on the VIX calls. When it comes to stocks, puts. I mean, I've got some $95 cats. I mean, I'm really at the bottom here. If this market turns around, then I'm a freaking millionaire. But that takes time, so we'll see what happens, bro.
Very good. Thanks. Enjoy.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Ken, for the call. Yeah, you got to be prepared to go either way with this market. I mean, at the end of the day, as an investor, you always want to be, hedging somehow, because things can change on a dime. We live in a very interconnected society now, and, somewhere something can happen and affect you right here, and you need to be able to be aware and prepared for that. What's going on, Mace? Mace Engel. Haven't seen you in a minute, Mace Engel. Hopefully everything is all right. What about Intel, INTC, possibly some puts within a day or two? Yeah. INTC is overheated. Intel's overheated. I love these what do we call it? Them doji candlesticks right there that's been showing. I've actually been watching Intel every single day. You're still pretty hot there on 83 on the RSI, but it has yet to really give, right? It has yet to really give, and that's why I'm not necessarily loading up too heavy in Intel puts, just so to speak, but just know that I am following it, and I'm literally, just trying to find where this trend is really going to break at, because when it does break, it's going to be very, very valuable to any put buyers out there. I've made quite a lot of money on INTC. If you follow me on Instagram, been a huge winner for me for the last couple of weeks. All right, let's go to some of these penny plays. Let's go to the penny plays, because we actually had some volatility today. I saw Katisha bring up SPI. I told people to stay away from that SPI. I'm not going to name names, but we had some people bringing up, I saw on Twitter and on some other posts, SPI, be patient, people, SPI. I'm like, look, stay away from that thing, because that if it reverse splits, you're fucked. And that's exactly what they did. And SPI so you lost money on it if you were in SPI. It went 10 for 1. So, I mean, you literally, if you had $100 in it, you only ended up with $1. So, I mean, you lost your ass. You really much lost your ass on it. Why is the VIX so important? It's volatility. That's all it is. It's a measurement of volatility in the market. The lower the volatility, the lower the VIX. The higher the volatility, the higher the VIX. So it's a measurement of where you are, or sentiment, or rather, it's a measurement of sentiment in the market. All right, GEVO down 7%. What do you think the best what you think are the best penny stocks to buy right now? And it's a day-to-day thing. Anybody in here will tell you it's a day-to-day thing. There's no penny stock I can tell you to put your money in, and a week from now it'll be nice. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. Just doesn't work that way. Guys in the chat room will tell you, you'll get 2 days out of a stock, and that's it. PYDS. I had talked about PYDS possibly having a squeeze, but it looks like I was 1 day off, because I thought it was going to be yesterday. but it came today, catching some people off guard. But PYDS, I thought it was going to run yesterday. I knew you were going to get at least one more day in it. I don't know if it has anything left. 813, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, sir? This is Woody Right. Thanks for the info on Macy's. They're going to report when tomorrow. I made a little change on it, and I got stopped out today, so I was all right with the little profit I make on it.
Good. Now, what ticker was that?
Macy's.
Oh, okay, Macy's. Yes, yeah. Macy's going to be opening tomorrow for earnings. You've already sold out, so we'll see what happens. But it's already, it's given back a lot already, so I don't know how much further it can go. It is oversold even at these levels, but I have no doubt Macy's, delivering bad numbers, and you might see it lose at least maybe $2 or $3. But if you're out, you're out. It is what it is. But nice move on that.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for the info because, boy, I work like 12, 13 hours a day, man. So when I get a little chance to do something I can,
Yes, indeed. Definitely.
All right. Keep on doing your thing, Sal.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you for watching, Willie.
All
right. So shout out to Willie Wright for the call, man. Yeah. Every time I hear Willie call, I just want to go, booyaka, booyaka. Shout out to my Jamaicans, man. Shout out to all the Caribbean people, man. Beautiful, beautiful Caribbean people, man. And I actually got quite a few people from the Caribbean who watch my show, so shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. Yes, indeed. INPX. Yeah, they always talk about Jamaicans and people from the Caribbean. People always work a lot of hours. So it's kind of funny he said that because when I moved to New York, that's kind of one of the things I heard about is how Jamaican guys be having like 4 or 5 jobs, and they really be going that hard, man. Because a lot of times they're like working to send money back to like family and their mom and brothers and sisters back home. So that's why they're not even working all those jobs for them. It's like for like other people back home. It's like, and I befriended a couple people when I was up there. It's like, yeah, man, I send money home to my family. I'm like, oh, damn. That's why you working so damn hard. Yeah. What's the deal on shipping stocks? Look, it looks like time's up on the shipping stocks, my man. I think times is up on the shipping stocks. We saw DCIX that everybody was so excited about yesterday. I wasn't going to get too excited about it because we've seen these kind of things, happen before where everybody gets all excited and then, next thing you know, it sells off. Here was the sell-off into the day yesterday in DCIX, and here was the move today in DCIX. This is the 8th right here. And there's just nothing there. It was just nothing there. I got to get you into a better time frame here just to see the move. Here's multiple days here on DCIX. This is the squeeze yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. The sell-off yesterday, and then this was today. So a little bit of evening. Do you get a squeeze tomorrow possibly? I know you got a lot of shorts that are still in DCIX. Maybe. But it will take a lot of buying, and as you can see on DCIX, the volume is drying up, right? So the day traders were all on that first day. You had a lot of them come in on the second day on the squeeze, but for the most part, you're not getting the institutional day trading money that you need to keep it going. Obviously, there are a lot of small traders left in here, but that institutional push that makes up a significant amount of this. You'd be surprised how many of these, small banks and small institutions that will play some of these small cap stocks with retail, especially when the volume is there. And there's no doubt in my mind that there are, institutional money in here in this play. But as you can see here, basically vanished over the last 2 days in DCIX, and that plays in a part with why you see this incredible decline in price action. So if they decide to show up and squeeze the shit out of you tomorrow, then you can definitely see yourself getting a green day in DCIX. So it's one to at least look and see what happens at 9:30. But, you know, if it falls off its ass, then it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. We talked about how they were playing off each other, DCIX, and then Tops was the other one. Tops, we saw Tops today. Didn't do very well, right? Didn't do very well. Because, you know, when these stocks are running, they're running off no reason in particular. You've got to understand, you've got to have buyers at those higher prices. That's what keeps, you know, the market or the bullish sentiment going, is the fact that people are willing to buy those higher prices. If there's nobody there to buy, people who want to sell shares will have to lower their ask, right, to meet bidders where they're at. You know, and that's exactly what had to take place today in Tops, as you can see here with that gap down. You had the gap up the previous day, right? You see yesterday you had the gap up. All right, even at those levels, you really didn't have, you know, buyers. Came down, left a lot of people up there, but you were able to at least maintain price for the day. At the open today, no buyers. And if you wanted to sell, you had to lower your price, and that's where you got filled. And unfortunately, they had to do it all day, as Tops now at 90 cents a share, coming and losing almost $1.42 in one day. 61%. 61% of the stock gone in one day. In one day. Yeah. What do I think about investing in Ripple, Stellar, Lumens? No, Leon, I'm all, if you're going to do crypto, just go into Bitcoin, bro. Just go straight into Bitcoin. I think you actually had an opportunity to get into Bitcoin. There's a little bit of a discount right now, isn't it? I think it was selling off. Yeah, you had, let's see here. I love when Bitcoin, preferably on the intraday chart, on the daily chart, if you can get to an opportunity where you have these kind of days where it sells, gets oversold on an intraday. Now, it's, as you can see here, it's been quite a long time since you've seen that happen. But if you're going to go get crypto, just go get yourself some Bitcoin, man. Get yourself some Bitcoin. Fuck that, those other ones that are not going to be used, that aren't going to be as popular as Bitcoin. Play the macro. Play the macro. You know what I'm saying? I've talked about this here. Play the big picture, and the big picture is the fact that people all over the world are going to be using Bitcoin. They're not going to be on, that other crap. They're going to be on Bitcoin. Yes, indeed. BTCS moved today. BTCS. Oh wow, okay. BTCS did move today, up 10%. You know, this one is just kind of. Look, I don't know how you even catch BTCS anymore. You know, it used to be one of those things where it was a sure thing, right? When Bitcoin was running, BTCS would run. Now they're not even running together anymore. So it's just, it doesn't even make sense to try to follow through on it. And every time it has, jumped off a big move in Bitcoin, it doesn't last. It doesn't last. So, I mean, how far can you go to really kind of keep your eye on this? Yes, indeed, man. Speaking of dries, I see somebody in chat room talking about dries. Where is dries at right now? I'm just curious. Oh, shit. Okay. Dries at 412? When did that happen? Dries showing some strength here. I think you're losing some strength here, although you're making some decent progress, though. I think you're about to break this trend in dries. You're about to break that trend in dries a little bit here, although it could continue to go left here and go higher. But if it breaks the trend, it'll be out of that, lower high that it made from October. So interesting there on that. DRYS is that trade. All right, so DRYS finding buyers lately. Very interesting there. Cadillac Mac, he said, keep your eye on T. Yeah, I actually called out T yesterday on the show. I don't know if anybody listened. I called out AT&T. I talked about how that deal may not be over yet. And you could find, yourself sitting on a nice little bag on T. So I called that out yesterday. Nice move on that. I'm not in T. I'm all, my money's wrapped up in Snap right now until we hit that $11 low. But there it is. There's T right now, currently oversold. What's going on, Jeff? Let's see if they'll be able to buy Time Warner. Okay, yeah, that deal's is in the works. It's in the works. What's going on, Ricardo? Yeah, everybody press like. I got 87 people in here. Press like if you can. Let's take a look at Plug Power. Who was telling me that Plug Power, somebody owns something in Plug Power? Does Amazon own a piece of Plug Power? Oh, Jeff, you already know Dries is going to drop like a rock. Yeah, that's Dries. I believe Amazon owns a piece of Plug Power. I think you can Google that too. You can Google that. Let me see here, man. Let me just real quick. Amazon owns Plug Power. Why is there it is. Why is Amazon invested in Plug Power? Article came out May 24th, 2017. Okay, so Amazon has a stake. They have the right, according to this article, to buy up to 23% of the company. Now, I'm not sure how much they actually own as of now, but that alone gets me interested in the stock. And if you're going to play this, obviously, I don't know what's going on with it now because trying to find where the bottom of this thing is coming. I mean, this is like a falling knife, exactly. So this is about to test. It looks like it's about to test some resistance, or at least some support here in the 250s. And you really don't have anything else below that until you get down to the 216, 210s. If it falls beneath that on Plug. You were holding a very nice trend that I was following here, and it broke off. And again, following these trends, just using a simple trend line is a great way, if you're a shorter anyway, or even if you're somebody who's looking to get into a turnaround situation, to find a great entry, because it's very telling when they break the trend. You can see, oh wow, the trend has been broken. So it's almost 80%. Almost 80% that you're going to go lower or higher when a trend is broken. But there it is on Plug. Figure out where that's going. Just figure out where that's going and where the story is now. And talking about trends, man, GE, finally you're seeing the cooling off of GE selling. So it's cooling off. It's still, 10 cents here, a dime here. It's lost almost a dime today, but at least you're not getting, these kind of days, right? You're not getting these kind of days. Let's see that be a little bit, more confirmed as the week goes on. But I mean, if you start to see a doji show up here, I think you might want to go long. What about RAD? R-A-D? What is that? Rite Aid. Yeah, Rite Aid. Eesh, man, $1.42? $1.42. Man, these stocks drop so fast. I mean, we pull them up one day, it's $3, and then the very next day, not the very next day, but, just the next time we look at it, it's like, damn, $1? I remember no doubt pulling this up, at least in the twos. Definitely unfortunate thing for that. Let me give that a monster kill on that stock.
Monster kill.
The shorters just destroyed this thing. Look at that, boy. RAD $1.52. It's not looking as bad as it used to. Let's get some more confirmation there that the selling is indeed over. You got almost a spinning top here, but the body is a little thin. You don't really have a decent enough bottom wick to really call it that. But you're looking for a doji possibly to get, to start that turnaround, but you really haven't gotten it yet. And as you can see, even when you get some bullish confirmation, it doesn't last very long here. It doesn't last very long. Although this right here, that 157 to 170, that's a 20-cent move. That's quite a bit of money. That was a 20-cent move. Right? That's quite a bit of money at $1. AMD is good for Bitcoin investors? Absolutely not, sir. If you read the last earnings report, AMD said themselves that they misjudged the size of, the market for Bitcoin mining. They misjudged, and they don't believe that Bitcoin mining in that business is a sustainable, what's the market for them? They don't believe that. Now, if you know something about Bitcoin, you know that the more miners they are, the less profitable it becomes. Also, the more that Bitcoin is mined, the harder it is to continue to mine Bitcoin. If you understand how crypto works or Bitcoin works, the more they mine it, it becomes harder to actually get it. And then also, too, the less amount of Bitcoins that are available to mine. So that's why it becomes less profitable. All right. Obviously, as short-term investors, we could care less about the long-term story. And you just had to be disappointed with what happened today in AMD. In hindsight, is this going to be another opportunity to be buying cheap shares? We don't know. But it was a very disappointing earnings report. You had 3 or 4 days of selling. Then the story started to turn around. Obviously, if you're in at 10, you're enjoying these gains, but you're not happy with what happened today. And that puts a severe damper on what, was looking like an opportunity for you to come in AMD and ride an opportunity from, 1070 back to 1250 or 1270. I don't know if you're going to get that now. Is that a new wall for AMD? Who knows? SGYP, over 70% owned by the company. I'm guessing you mean owned by insiders, SGYP. Over 70% owned by insiders. Again, verify that. I don't see that here, but what's the story? It's a biotech company, so it really doesn't matter how many shares they own because it's not a profitable entity, right? It's a biotech company. They take on debt until they become profitable when they have either a drug that they can sell to a large competitor or they get bought out. That's basically all they're set up to do. The only reason to buy a biotech company is because it's either going into an incredible phase 3 drug where they could possibly be getting data that can mean almost guaranteed passage by the FDA or something to that effect, but not one to be just kind of holding on day to day. So let me know what the story is there on SGYP. By the way, there's a company that released earnings today, and we've talked about this company now that after hours, this stock is going to the moon. I want to make sure it's not a reverse split, though. OTIC? Has anybody seen where that is after hours? Look OTIC up right now after hours. This is crazy. The company, typical biotech, released earnings. They're losing money, blah, blah, blah. But they did a very smart thing. They released incredible data on the drug that they're working on today. And let me see here. The company plans, endpoint chief by company plans to meet with the FDA to discuss results and clinical requirements for something. And right now, the stock is up almost 100% after hours. Yeah, almost 100% after hours right now. Is it over 100%? It's going to be 100% gainer tomorrow if this maintains itself. It's going to be 100% gainer. It'll open up huge. And you'll get a nice little rally on OTIC. That's big news. I'm trying to figure out what the disease is, because if it's cancer, it's an automatic buy. I've told you guys that several times. We've seen that here on the show. Anything that's cancer, anything that's, you already know those kind of situations, they can price the drug at 15 grand. I mean, it only costs $50 to make. It doesn't matter. It's a cancer drug, and that justifies the price. That's just kind of what it is. That's how we do it, unfortunately. That's why cancer drugs, they run so hard, because you can get away with pricing them at basically whatever the market would bear. But I'm not seeing what the drug was for. OTIC, AAM, 80% owned institutional, Kenneth Rosenberg. Wow, that's huge. 80% institutional owned? That's huge. That's huge. And that means big money tomorrow in OTIC. So I want everybody in here to be watching that. NASDAQ play, right? I think it's a NASDAQ play. So I don't care if you're on Ustock Trade or Robinhood. You're going to have an opportunity in this in the morning. Be very careful. Play the dip. And I would play the dip first. Obviously, we see many stocks. Sometimes for the first 10 minutes, you get a run. You can still make money even on that little first 5-10 minutes, but be very careful with that. There's nothing wrong with playing the dip. Nothing wrong with playing the dip. All right, so watch that tomorrow. IDDR, OTC stock 0004 down 20%. 0004 lottery ticket, man. Lottery ticket down 20% today. Try to put in an order for 0002 or 0001. See if you can get somebody to bite. Plays like this, all you can do is just put up an order and sit and wait and see if you get filled. If your ticket gets called, you have a day like this or 2 days like this, yeah, you win big. Win big. It's rare, but it can happen. And we've seen it happen here. So good luck to you on that one. Good luck to you on that one. Somebody brought up XXII. Somebody brought up XXII, 22nd Century Group. Yeah, this one we were having a hard time. We were saying, it's pulling back to support, and it's fighting to survive, right? I mean, obviously, I think it looks like I put it up a little bit too high. It's fighting to survive, and can it bounce off that? It attempted to do it, so it's fighting. Got a doji candlestick for today's price action, so it's trying. XXII is trying. It's trying. Don't know too much about what the company is doing now. Decent volume though here, 1.6 million shares traded today. Let me see, CVO, somebody's bringing up CVO. Senvo up 6%, oversold stock. Yeah, this one's been a one that's fooled you a couple times here, right? I mean, you've had several opportunities to, go in here and think it's going to do something, and you got fooled here. Nice intraday play here, as you can see here. Left a lot of people up in the dust there in the twos. Got to, from what was that? From 132 to 206. This is a one-day move. This is an incredible amount of volatility. Left a lot of people up there. So very strong lack of commitment to, seeing this go higher. That's a very dangerous sign when you see this here. So even if you do get an explosive move out of these oversold levels, you already got a wall in front of you. So be very careful and mindful of that. I would worry just getting to some of these highs, right? I mean, let's get some confirmation where you can break 130 or 139 or 140. I mean, it's got to get there first. It's gotten there and couldn't hold that. Genetically modified nicotine levels in tobacco. Market cap is kind of high. Extreme volatility to make it move. Yeah. All right. CVO, only $10 million market cap. So it's a very, very, very small company, man. CVO, $10 million market cap. Very small company, but they got 7,300 employees. So nearly 10,000 employees, and they've got a $10 million market cap? That's a big ass company with it, but so something's not right there. So either you're looking at, but it's losing money because they don't have a PE ratio. So they must be losing their ass. But I bet the books have this as a situation where, you know, they've got incredible valuable assets and it's just not showing in the price. And you see that a lot in you know, when you look at companies like JCPenney or Rite Aid, you'll see that where the books, the assets are incredibly valuable, including property and intellectual rights and whatnot. I don't know. This is commercial printing. Obviously, they don't have intellectual property that are valuable. But I have no doubt that the business itself is probably more valuable than what it's going for right now. You said it's up after hours right now? CVO is? On what news? If you were to say buyout, I wouldn't be surprised, man, because something's funny there. All right. Woo, wow, shit. Okay, up. Looks like I'm seeing here $1.90. $1.90. The ask is at 201. Oh shit. Okay. Shout out to let me give them that ka-ching on that if you're already in that, man. Ka-ching on that. That's what's up. I'm there. TradingView was not giving me the current bid and ask on it. So nice move on that. Looking that up. Appreciate that. HM. That's one to watch tomorrow too. Put that on it because look, it's, you know, it's up 60%. It's still under $2. It's still technically under $2. You know, you're going to be opening up above that, well, just above, just underneath it. But if you're going to crack higher than this, then you're probably looking at the well, I don't know about 296, but yeah, you're going to be just under what I just talked about. You're going to be literally just under there. And that's going to be a nice little wall to break through. All right, HEAR, Hear headphones, stored at Walmart, not a bad product. Now, what kind of headphones do they make? Those little cheap little Walgreens headphones? Because you know those cheap headphones, man, sometimes you get so fooled because everybody knows the best headphones are like, you know, premium Sonys and like Beats and some of these more expensive. But, you know, back in the day when you wanted something cheap, right, you really can't test headphones in a store, right? So you look for the headphones that have like the coolest looking box, or it looks like they're made out of premium materials. You know what I mean? And then you buy it and then it just sounds like crap. It just sounds like crap. There's no fucking bass. And you're just like, what the fuck? You know, it's so nicely wrapped and everything and boxed up like it's a premium set of headphones. And, you know, it sounds horrible. KBSF. Damn, my phone's going long. KBSF. Here's the thing about KBSF. KBSF, in my opinion, was pumped out of AJ's awesome calls. When I was doing some research, I was like, man, what's moving KBSF like this? You know, is this really a pump? I saw this, you know, AJ's awesome calls, which I'm a little, you know, I like Eric because Eric Russell's over there. So I fuck with Eric Russell and I like him. But the more research I do into this AJ awesome calls thing, it's, you know, I'm going to leave my sentiments to be decided on that. But it looks like they made some change here. What's got that running? Because I just told you what I thought it was. Is having a Bitcoin-like moment, up 400%. Yeah. So I'm thinking it got pumped out of AJ's awesome calls and got that one excited. Let's take a look at another play here. But I don't think you're going to have a second day in this. In fact, if you go pull up his Twitter, Let me pull him up because again, I was like, man, why is this thing moving so damn hard? Let me see here, because I know he talked about it. Going through his Twitter right now. God damn, it was tweeting so damn much. KBSF. All right, now for whatever reason, Suntrend KBSF is poor work. Sounds like when he did. All right, so basically, a lot of people are giving him credit for it. A lot of people giving credit for it. And if you do some research on it, it comes back to him. A lot of it comes back to him on KBSF. So I think he's pumping it out of his chat room. It costs $140 to be a part of the chat room. I've made it clear I'm not paying anybody shit for their chat room. Fuck that shit, man. There's a lot of things I can use with that. It's a Chinese company, could be the next XNet. We'll see. The way it's sold off there in the end, I don't know what it's going to be. He said his cousin told him about a buyout is happening. Oh, yes, that was Anthony. Hey, Anthony, call me back, bro. You are absolutely right, HM. You guys remember that? Anthony called up from the West Coast, and he said that his sister had told him that they were possibly getting bought out. Damn, that's some, oh, shit. Oh, man. Anthony, if you're watching this, call me, bro. Call me. I didn't think it was going to happen this soon. He said like 2 weeks or something like that. I remember him saying specifically it was going to be like 2 weeks. But if that's the news that's going to be coming out tomorrow, well, we got to have something out now. Let me look at the news streamer here on Equity Feed. Something's got to be out now on that. Got people so excited. What's that? CVO. I'm only seeing third quarter results being posted. All right, so third quarter results. Net sales, 329 million compared to 382 million. So net sales were down. Net loss was actually increased. So what? I don't understand here. I mean, these are horrible earnings numbers here. These were released today after the bell, but these are horrible. Net loss 28.1 million compared to net income last quarter of 9.4. So they've lost almost 9 into 28 is what? Almost what? 3 times? Almost 3 times. Almost 3 times. Well, yeah, actually just over 3 times. Just over 3 times. So, yeah, they've lost almost 3 times their 300%. All right, I'm confused on that. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later. I don't want to beat a dead horse. But we'll figure out what's going on that one. All right, but CVO up after hours. Write it down. CVO, OTIC. So we already got 2 real great plays tomorrow. I'll still look at DCIX to see if you can get one more day out of that. I don't think so. KBSF is another one. KBSF clear. This is the one that's on the screen right now. This very much, looks like DCIX the first day. And, if you remember, DCIX is sold off into the close. And then you had to squeeze in the morning. So I would still put KBSF on the list. It's not cheap now, right? I mean, it's not cheap anymore. It started running at, $3 this morning? So, look, from $3 to $8, that's a lot of money. Obviously, the people who are connected with him made a lot of money. That's why they're all putting up pictures of their gains, because they were in the chat room pumping it from the chat room. So, but look, no hate on it. It's just, it is what it is, but, keep it 100. it's a pump. You guys got a lot of people into it, and enjoy the gains. 2020 census printing contract. Shit. Let me hold on. This is the intraday move. Look how illiquid this thing is going into, because I want you guys to take a pic. I mean, just obviously you can't take a picture, but just look how illiquid this thing has been, right? And you will not believe the liquidity that will come into this play tomorrow. Are you just telling me right now they just won the United States government's 2020 census printing contract? Ladies and gentlemen, right now, I typically will never say this, but this is, you might as well just throw your whole damn account in it, bro. You might as well just throw your whole damn account in it, bro. If your information is right, just throw your whole fucking account at it, man. If you're just telling me they just run a federal contract for $61 million. Yeah. I gotta hit it, man. That's not enough. You know? They hit the mega load, man. The mega load.
Oh, shit.
You know? Throw your whole fucking account at it, man. Let me tell you something. In terms of news and the effects that it has on stock prices, a federal contract for a small cap company is like number one. There is no better news that can come out for a small cap stock than a federal contract. This company has a market cap of $9 million. And you guys are telling me right now they won a federal contract for $61 million? Are you telling me they just won a federal contract for nearly, what is that, 6 times? Damn near 6 times their market cap? You might as well throw your whole fucking account in it, bro. It's not even a question of whether it's going to be a second day. It's not even a question. So who is this? It's CVO, man, right on the screen. CVO. Man, I don't know where Anthony is. Anthony, I know you're. Hold on, let me see if I'm gonna call Anthony right now. I know his 251 number, right? I'm gonna call his ass right now. Let me see if he pick up, because I'm. Was it CVO? Are you sure it was CVO? Was it? Hold on. Is Anthony calls from 251? I want to make sure. Let me see if I call Anthony right now. I want to call him. Oh, 1 second.
Your call has been forwarded to an.
All right, so he's probably not available. That's cool. But CVO. Damn, man. Shit. Fuck, man. I got so much money in Snap, man. Fuck. Oh, shit. Decisions, man. You know what? No. You know what? Because every time I do that shit, I fuck myself up. Nope. I'm sticking with my trading plan. You guys have a good one on this one. All right? Throw everything at it, man. It's a government contract, small cap stock. This is a game changer for their bottom line. It opens up in the morning. I don't care. Just ride it up and down. Just set it, forget it, and that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. You don't get opportunities like this. You don't get opportunities like this. We've seen stocks here go 200%. You just saw KBSF go 200% on bullshit, on nothing. So don't have any doubt in my mind. KBSF, let me tell you something right now. They want to, I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to blow this up. I'm not trying to like get so many people excited. I would be excited right now if I just had, an extra 25 G's laying around. I would just throw it in this right now. Because again, the contract is practically guaranteed because you know they're going to get paid because it's a federal government contract. They're going to get paid. The market cap is $9 million. The contract is for $60 million. All right? The contract's for $60 million. Where are we after hours on CVO right now? Let me see. Hold on. Where are we at right now? 201. We're only at $1.90. We're only at $1.90. Even if you put 90 cents on it, I'm just throwing some math out there. You're an extra 70 cents. You're not even. And again, I don't know what the float is or whatever, but you can't even be at 11 or 12 million on the market cap. Not even that. So $4, $5, that's not out of the question. $4, $5, $6, that's really not out of the question, man. Just watch the price action tomorrow, man. Just watch the price action tomorrow. Watch the price action tomorrow. We got a whole bunch of other things running. All right. But let me tell you something out the gate, man. Position size in. Callie Robb was saying the CVO is going to dump on you. Position size in. If you don't trust the news, position size in. You got a $3,000 account, throw in 500, see what it does. You find yourself up, $75, $80 already, boom, 15, 10 minutes in, boom, another $3,000. Or no, shit, that's all you got is $3,000. Put in another, my bad, put in 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Position size in. Or you can do what some guys do, or just let the stock create new highs, and as it creates new highs, you can do it that way, where you're putting in more of your money as it creates new highs. All right. But that's a huge play though, man. That's going to be a huge play. I don't know about $10 tomorrow, but we just saw a couple weeks ago with HMNY. If HMNY can go from 3 to 30 on, yes, we got 400,000 subscribers, but we're not telling you how much money we made on those people. Why can't this stock that's at $1.21 go to $7-8 over the course of 2 or 3 days on a $60 million contract? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. So we'll see. But man, ain't God good. I was complaining about volatility all last week, and here this is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I love to see. We were complaining about volatility. Where's the volatility in small caps? This is where it's at, man. This is exactly what we needed for the week. Beautiful. CVO, man. I'm excited about it. And it's not like this stock hasn't been to these levels before either. Look at this. Pull it back. All right, this stock has done $5 before. It's done $6 before. Not too long ago either. Look at that. Back in August, it was a $5 stock. It's been a shit. It's been a $9 stock before. Last year, to be exact. So look, we're not talking about a stock that's going to levels it's never been at before. It's been at these levels. It's been at these levels. HM, you said your account is worth 15 grand. You're all in tomorrow. Get rich or die trying. No, see, we just got done talking about position sizing. No, I would position size in. If you got 15 grand cash, I'm 2,500 in to start the morning. See how it goes, right? See how it goes. If you're up a couple $100, then you just continue to add in. Because let me tell you something right now. On news like that, the $4.95, the $6.99, whatever the fuck it costs you to get in, that ain't shit. That really ain't shit. So I wouldn't, it's not about getting in all at one time, because if it pulls back, you want to be able to get more shares in at a cheaper price. If it pulls back, all right? If it pulls back, which it more likely will do in the morning, because you know how. Let's go back to, can we go back to HMNY? I know it's been a couple days. All right, and I'm going back to HMNY here. Let me see if I can go in. I'm probably gonna have to use maybe hourly, because it'll take us forever to get back over there. Can I get back to an hourly chart in that? To where it jumped off at? Because I know it's going to take us forever to. Let me see. Where's that move? All right, so this is kind of what happened. HMNY. So yeah, see, it's too far. I mean, I don't want to zoom all the way the fuck in there, but I want to see how those mornings react. How those mornings can kind of play out like that. If you go all the way back to the 15th, you see that morning. Can we go anything closer than that? All right, so here's all the way back to the 15th, where you had HMNY, the news came out, right? So everybody, you had this huge move from 260 all the way to 260s to 290s into the morning, and then the dump. What was that dump at 10:30? And you'll see that often. You'll see 10:30, 10 o'clock. Right? 10:30, 10 o'clock, you'll start seeing the selling from those guys who are in pretty early. But look at the opportunity to get in at the dip, though. See the opportunity to get in at the dip and what it offers you into the end of the day, when other buyers, trust the volume, trust the price movement. Now, here's the thing. This is a federal contract, so you're not really going to get a lot of time to think about this. You're really not going to get this kind of time to think about it, because this may very well happen earlier in the day. I mean, this happened, 2 o'clock? So you may not even get that kind of time. But even on HMNY, you see you did get a pullback. You did get a morning pullback, and you'll get that. Here's HMNY again. The very next day, right? The next day, the stock actually gapped down. The stock gapped down. You had the doji 15 minutes later. This is the 15-minute chart. Started running, pulled back. All right. And the pullbacks are always great opportunities to get in on running stocks. And that's just common sense. But I'm just wanted to show you guys that, it's not something where you got to 9:30, oh, I'm all in. You can be a little bit patient and still make a killing. And HMNY is just proof of that. It's just proof of that. And I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. All right. If they have debt that you have to subtract. Leon Bouncy said, I'm sure about CVO. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. I can't predict the future. I can't predict the future. But Parker Mills, here's the thing about debt, though. You've got to understand that with a contract, this changes. The financing completely changes with this contract. If you owe me money, and I'm stressed about how you're going to pay me, and then all of a sudden you get a new job, right? That pays 10 times more than you've ever made in your life. As a debt owner, you come to me and say, look, I'd like to change the plan that we have together, I'm going to say, hell yeah, you got some new income coming in. I'm willing to work with you. So I'm not even sweating whatever you're talking about debt and all that. I'm good on that. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. And you've seen that here before where companies, renegotiated some debt. You've seen that here before. Let's keep it moving. I don't want to beat a dead horse on CVO. We know it's out there. Write it down, type it down, whatever it is you use. But you got OTIC, you got CVO, you got KBSF, So just be aware. I got too much money wrapped in Snap though. I'm on a capitulation that's called Snap right now. So if I sell and Snap goes to like $7, I'm gonna be mad as hell, man. I'm gonna be mad as hell because I don't even have a quarter of what I would need to make the same kind of money I've made in Snap in CVO. Japanese and Chinese markets are flying high right now. Good. That means a bullish day today, tomorrow. That means a bullish day tomorrow for us, possibly. But it's good to have the Asian markets. But as I told Ken on the show, the Republicans are going to be announcing their tax plan tomorrow. I don't think the political capital's there to pass it. That's why I'm bearish, but I'm naturally pessimistic. That's why I short more than I go long. But I'm just pessimistic about them being able to pass this tax plan when you have people in the Republican Party, who are like, I don't know about this, because the construction business, particularly the luxury home construction business, gets killed with this tax plan. So it's not good for companies like Home Depot. It's not good for the construction industry, period. Because that tax bill, unfortunately, removes some huge deductions for people who have luxury homes, particularly homes over $1 million. And if you don't already know, the fastest growing tax base is millionaires and billionaires. They've made more money in the last 10 years than 70% of people below. It was like $70,000 a year or something like that. I mean, they've made just incredible fortunes over the last 24 months. Actually, since 2008 and the debt crisis, nobody's made more money than people who have over $1 million a year or more. Florida feeling good right now? Yes, indeed. Go ahead and press like. I got 119 people in here. Yes, indeed. Glad to see it popping in the chat room. Let's go on over ONCS. OnSec Medical Biotech play up 60%. Man, you left a lot of fucking people up there. Look, why is that so many? Man, it's so frustrating to see that, man, because, those buyers up there, they become your sellers in the morning, and that's the capital that prevents those second day moves, man. All right, now looking at the intraday price action, it actually wasn't too bad. But obviously if you chickened out, in which you had very well all the right in the world to do so. I mean, if you bought it at 235 and you were looking at a 185 on your screen, you who has the balls to hold that? But you got an opportunity, again, if you had the balls to hold it, to get back to where you bought in at. But even if you waited, you didn't get much for your patience. And eventually, the stock sold off into the close. So nice day for OnSec Medical, ONCS. But, now you're looking at a stock that if you don't have buyers at the open, you're already out the gate going to be testing. You're already going to be testing, the previous days or today's support, right? Because you're already below. You closed literally below where the stock opened up at. that's already not a good sign for that. So just see if you have buyers tomorrow. It's good to see that even on the 2-minute chart that I'm using here, you're oversold here. So, that's going to fool somebody in here in the morning, and you'll get those MO orders or market on open orders. And there's always a sucker that buys at 210, 205 because he thinks he sees something you don't. But if he doesn't get the support, he'll become a seller too if you crack below this 185 in the morning. And next thing you know, it's good night ONCS. All right? It's good night ONCS. All right. Yeah, it's actually pretty quiet, Donald Trump in Japan, it's actually pretty quiet over there. I was ready to buy VIX. I said it on Twitter. I was ready to buy some VIX. I'm like, man, if I'm Kim Jong-un and I got this man who's calling me out my name and disrespecting me, I'm launching a nuke right there. He's only 200 miles away. Man, I'm launching a nuke right there, man. Shit. I'm launching a nuke right there. ONCS, yeah, it looks very much like a short. Very much. What's going on, Stock Guy? It looks very much like a short. I think it's almost a wrap. He said I'm tripping. But no, I'm thinking about the mind of Kim Jong-un. He's already a psychopath. So you got to, I'm trying to think of what psychopath. He probably wanted to launch one, but, somebody like, yo, Kim Jong-un, you got to chill on that, Kim Jong-un. Hold me back. TNTR. Let's look at it, man. TNTR. Tin Tree Incorporated. All right. Looks like you've had several good days here in TNTR. The volume is pretty light, though, man. It's moving on very, very light volume, but it's very convincing buying, but it's very light buying. Convincing by it, but very light. Don't do it, King. But Dennis Rodman's getting it done, though. Talking about Dennis Rodman's getting it done. Yeah, we talked about CEI yesterday. We looked at CEI yesterday. We didn't see anything. But when CEI this morning released the information that, the New York Stock Exchange is letting them ride, trading on the exchange for what they opened up at, which was like 17 cents. I mean, the stock's been under, 50 cents since March. Since March of this year. So the New York Stock Exchange, obviously, these exchanges are willing to work with you because, these companies pay them money. All right, they pay them money to stay listed on these exchanges, and it's not cheap. And they came back and said, cool, CEI, you can stay listed and you can continue to have the privilege of being traded on the most reputable stock exchange in the world, the New York Stock Exchange. And of course, the stock went crazy, 71%, boom. Actually got to as high as 40 cents a share, some 17 to 40 cents in one day. 17 cents to 40 cents in one day. Let me just see how that price action looked like on the 5-minute. And wow, that's what that looked like. Look at that. Look at that. So obviously, here's the move. That's a beautiful morning move. Look at that, man. Look at that. And even my moving averages wouldn't have really kept you. It's a little bit too wide. I probably would have used Bat Scientist 4 and 8. Let me just put up the 8 because I know I got the 8 up. All right, so the 8 exponential moving average. Yeah, you would have had to use a 4 and 8 and maybe go to even a smaller time frame because I know you guys, the 8 exponential moving average. All right, that's fine. Maybe even going to a 13 would have been fine too. You don't want to use something too close because you get way too many signals. But an 8 or even a 10 and 20 would have been fine too. A 10 and 20 would have been fine too. Or even a 5 and 15, which that book, by the way, has that 5 and 15 moving average. But that 5 too is really close. All right. Oh, yeah. Let me give him that motor. Yeah, absolutely right. Who said that? Andrew. Yeah, let me get a supreme victory for that. I got to give him the supreme for that one. That's a big move.
Supreme victory.
Yeah, you get that one. That's a nice move for that one. Yeah, that's good, man. Look, this is what we've been praying for, Chris. This is what we've been praying for. We've been wanting the volatility to come back into the small caps. Look, I've had to start talking about, options on large cap stocks, man, because there wasn't shit going on. Shit. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's see what else was hot, because we actually had a really good day. Let's see what else was hot. We talked about. Let me go back to the daily charts. We talked about SPI. I told people to stay out of SPI. We still had a few clowns out there telling people to get into SPI and be patient and all that other bullshit. Arizona Pro. Are you in here, Arizona Pro? Because I know some people, when they give out a stock that don't go too well, they end up changing their name and still coming in the chat room, but they come under another name. He was, trying to get me to get on SPI. I was like, man, I don't know about this one. And sure enough, they come out and announce a 10 for 1. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, Katisha, thank you for that. Roku crushed earnings. That's going to be a nice play for somebody tomorrow, too, on Roku. Look, that Roku earnings beat, that's just more confirmation. That's more confirmation on what we already know that's happening right now, is that people are getting out of the cable companies and moving to streaming, right? People are calling their cable companies and they're saying, man, I don't even want the whole TV package. Just give me the internet. And they're buying just the internet. And they got the Roku box and they're using that to get other services like HBO, Netflix, and all that other kind of stuff. So that Roku beat is well deserved. Nice play for Roku. Not the cheapest stock in the world. I already put the line there for tomorrow because that's where they're opening up at right now after hours. So I saw that Roku beat already, but that $24 mark where I already have it, that's where they're going to be opening up at. And it's still far away from testing the that high set by the day after the what's the word for it, but when they went public. But could it go there tomorrow? Maybe. It may be. That's a very convincing beat. Very, very convincing beat. Those were some good numbers. What's going on, Coralie? Beautiful Coralie in the building. BPMX. Hey, Coralie, is everything going good in Puerto Rico? Yeah. I'm telling you guys right now, man, Puerto Rico, put it on your list. Because I'm telling you guys right now, they're going to turn that island into, it's going to be something beautiful, man. It's going to be something beautiful. But here's the thing. I don't know if it's going to be an island that's going to benefit the people who live there now. It's going to be you want to talk about land of corporatocracy. That's what it's going to end up being, because those beach properties, all those beautiful, beautiful properties that they have over there that are now pretty much ruined. Everybody's running, trying to get cash. If they have the will to hold on, which tragedies like this usually people sell for pennies. But who knows what the end is going to be? But the hotels are coming for Puerto Rico, man. The hotels are coming. Finally able to get photos of your the destruction of the area which affected the roads. Yeah, it's a lot of destruction down there. PHOT, I'm not, I like the move today on PHOT. I don't know what this price action was about, Jeff. But yeah, this looks like a bag holder. It smells like bag holder when I pull this stock up. I don't know what the hell this is. We pulled the stock up a couple times. Very much a bag holder type play. If you want to talk about a new bag holder stock, this is VBIO. I had already brought this to the attention of many people that this was clearly a pump and dump, and that's basically where it's headed. Very light volume, but I had a few people who were coming in the chat room talking about VBIO. It's a pump and dump. Stay away. Stay away. SQ. Somebody bringing up Square. Yeah, that was a nice move on Square. You know, Square CEO is the same guy who runs Twitter. The big complaint out of Square is that this man, you know, does a better job running Square than he does Twitter, and he doesn't care about Twitter. That's kind of the complaint. I don't see what the deal is on that. I think Twitter kind of does its own thing. Twitter is just what it is. Twitter. I mean, it's just I don't know how bigger it can get. But it has its place. It has its place, and it's an incredible way to get instant information that you just can't get on Facebook and some of the other platforms. But Square, nice move on it. I think they did beat earnings, right? They did beat earnings, but you're not getting the big move because it's already up huge for the year. It's already up huge for the year, and that's the kind of sentiment that's going with Nvidia too. That's why, when I brought up Nvidia, you had some guys who said, the guys on CNBC are telling people not to buy Nvidia options because yes, the stock is up huge, and the expectation that even if it beats, you're not going to get a move to justify it. But how do you explain Amazon? How do you explain Google? You know what I mean? If that's your justification for not to play it in to earnings. All right. But Square, that's exactly what happened. I mean, the company beat, and looks like after hours, there's really nothing going on. There's really nothing going on here. Let me confirm that by looking at, yeah, you're actually down after hours. 36.60 on the bid. 36.60. So you're actually a bit down. So I don't know. I don't know. Is Tops a pump and dump? Yes, Tops is a pump and dump. Speaking of construction, what's up with Caterpillar? Caterpillar is up huge, man. It was up huge for the year. It's already up huge for the year. And also, look, the dollar is rising. Caterpillar, contrary to what a lot of people think Caterpillar is, oh, look at these big companies that construction in America, it's an American infrastructure play. No, it's a global infrastructure play. Whether you're in, Egypt, or you're in Australia or Indonesia, if you have a business that's in heavy construction, you use Caterpillar products. All right. If you care about quality, you use and buy Caterpillar Caterpillar products. And a rising dollar isn't necessarily great for their business. A rising dollar isn't great for their business. I'm not sure where the dollar is now, but I know it's not as cheap as it was a month ago or 2 months ago, last I checked. So Caterpillar, great stock when you have cheap dollar, not so great when the dollar is rising. Not so great when the dollar is rising. But I don't know where the dollar is now, but it's a great short. Again, into this tax news too, if it doesn't end up following through, or even if it does follow through, as I told you guys, that really hurts construction, particularly in the Northeast and in the West Coast, because as I told you guys, these multi-million-dollar properties, these people lose that tax deduction. That's huge, loss for these construction companies that build these multi-million-dollar properties. All right. Yeah, Caterpillar is international, so a strong dollar does not help Caterpillar business. And I figure if you would look that up, you would see it. They probably actually, in fact, I'm just curious myself, where is the dollar euro at right now? Let me see here. What is that, US or Euro, right? Euro, USD. Just curious, where are we at now? All right, so the dollar, okay, so the dollar, see, as you can see here, the dollar, euro losing value against the dollar. So that means the dollar is getting stronger as the euro is losing, losing value against the dollar. So, when, of course, the dollar was losing value, look, you got a rising euro, falling dollar. It's very beneficial to Caterpillar. But now, as you can see, things are changing and not going so good as we have the euro losing value against the dollar. That means dollar is increasing value, and that's going to hurt businesses that export, and Caterpillar is a huge exporter. And if you have something like that goes, if this is a trend that continues into 2018, then you can see Caterpillar possibly having not so great of an earnings season if this is going to continue. All right, if that's going to continue. All right, so just a little lesson there for you guys wondering what's going on with CAT. All right, but follow it. I got a trend on CAT right now. I'm watching it because, if it truly breaks, and I'm going to give it a little bit of room here. Let's push it back a little bit. But if it really breaks, breaks this little multiple day trend here, then we start maybe going sideways a little bit and come down. Do we fill the gap? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, what's his name? Billy Ray. I don't know. He's kind of busy tonight, unfortunately. He's busy tonight, unfortunately. But hold on. Let me just try one more time. 1 second. Hold on. Let me hit him up real quick. Because he told me he'd get back to me, but he didn't. Let me see, Billy. You have. All right, hold on. If he responds back, because he's made, like I told you guys, he's made over $180,000 in the last 3 days. I just want him to go over just a trade with us in his head about it. I know it's short notice. I want to see. I'm gonna hit him up. If he calls in, we'll take his call, of course, if he calls in. But I know it's a bit short because he did tell me he would hit me up if he was free. All right. Yeah. He's look, he's the Wolf of Wall Street, and he's earned that title, man. 180K in the last 7 days. He was, what's his name? Tim Sykes' dude, but I don't know what that situation is. No big deal, but he posts his trades on another platform, and he's killing it, man. He's absolutely killing it. Can I do a video on how equity feed works? Yeah, I'll put up a video maybe this weekend. I'll take some time out and make an equity feed video. Yeah, I love equity feed. Shout out to those guys. They supported me, when barely had anybody in here. UNG natural gas is at historic low. Yeah, I had that 757 on natural gas, but man, I don't know. Natural gas. Here's the ETF UNG. Yeah, it is at historic lows. I mean, you're gonna have to put some time on it, Jeff. You're gonna have to put some time on this one, man, because I don't know how where natural gas is. I'm not as familiar with natural gas and what's going on with natural gas. But again, if you want to play into what the Saudis are doing with USO and crude prices right now, they have literally hijacked the market, man. They have literally hijacked the market. This thing is not coming down. They've made it very clear. Look, we are going public with Aramco, $2 billion, company, $2 trillion company. We're going public because they're building that one city somewhere. Have you seen that weird ass commercial about that new city they're building in a desert? It's like this weird ass city that they want to create in a desert. And but look, these Saudis are really good at doing stuff like that. I mean, if you go back and look at the history of Riyadh, I mean, it was pretty much a desert, and now look where it is, what it is now. So they've done it before. But I've always thought that this thing to going public with Aramco is just a cash grab. It's just a cash grab for them while they know oil is on the way out. That's why they're going public now. Just a cash grab. All right, Woody Wright, HRB. I see that H&R Block. Here's the thing, H&R Block. I understand the business. I mean, tax preparation and all that for the retail mom and pops and all that stuff like that. They do small businesses. H&R Block. Every time I see this H&R Block, I always think, if you live anywhere near the hood, you see those tax commercials. And I think in Detroit, it's a place called What's Up Taxes or some shit like that. Something like that. Either What's Up Taxes or some shit like that. Some one of these hood tax spots where, a beautician that does taxes on the side, and all of a sudden you end up with like $3,000 or $4,000 tax refund checks. You don't even know how you got it, man. And I wouldn't, and I don't ever ask questions, but I see, dudes who didn't have kids, and I know didn't really make paper like that for the year, coming home with, $3,000, $4,000 refund checks. I'm like, what? But I never did kind of that kind of funny stuff with my taxes because, the IRS is just not a game. They're not people you want to play with. You know what I mean? The IRS aren't people you want to play with. I don't mind owing anybody else, but not the IRS. These people will they will fuck your life, man. They'll fuck your life. What's going on, Joe? Yeah. ATOS. ATOS, 8% gain. Yeah, here's another one of those stocks that kind of came out of nowhere a couple weeks ago. And back to losing its ass again. But up 8% today on this unusual move. Not sure why. But boy, look at all the people who bought up here and just lost their ass, dude. I mean, come on, Ken. You got to be... you want to talk about being a bag holder. Imagine having this stock still holding on $1.39s and saying to yourself, I wonder if it's going to come back. Oh, man. Let's take a look at GE. Yeah, we talked to GE. I talked GE a little bit already, but just to rehash it, it's looking very much like it could be a long here, man. It could be a long here. If you've got a little bit, got some cash, sitting around, you want to, buy some calls. But let's get some bullish confirmation. But just to see the fact that it's turning out like this a little bit. But look, don't be fooled because it's done it before, right? It looks like it's done some horrible things before where you got, but obviously you weren't at these RSI levels. But it's done a very familiar setup. But definitely not at these RSI levels. Obviously, there are more people talking about GE now than ever recently. New CEO, he's cutting things, slashing things, getting rid of things. So there are things that are going on at GE. But I love that price action so far. But I'd love to see some doji, some more bullish confirmation. But yeah, maybe if you get a call or two just to see what happens. You say here of a stop loss. Yeah, you can use that, of course. What's going on, Abel? You got some GE in 2008 at 95 cents. Could you believe it? Yeah, shit. Look, man. Look, if I could go back in time to 2008, man, I'd be buying practically everything I could find, man. Especially some of these large caps where they are now. The GEs of the world, the Fords, the GMs, all of those, man, they were shit back in 2008, 2009. There was fear everywhere. People losing their ass. Good night, Leon Bounce. Yeah, we about to get off of here in a minute. We got about to get off of here in a minute. So let's rehash, obviously, some stocks that we're going to be talking about on tomorrow night's show. CVO, government contract, $61 million. $61 million. Let me read it out to you. Cenvio, a global leader in digital marketing and fulfillment of envelopes, labels, and print-related communication resources, has been awarded the 2020 Census printing and mailing contract from the United States Census Bureau. This is a federal department, ladies and gentlemen. This is a federal department. The 2-year, $61 million contract is one of the largest contracts for printing and mailing services ever awarded by the United States Government Publishing Office. The contract will involve manufacturing and fulfillment of 1.6 billion pieces, including letters, envelopes, inserts, questionnaires, and postcards. The majority of the work will be performed at Cenvio's printing and binding facilities located in Southern California. Locations and other work to be performed across the United States. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. This is huge. This is huge. You cannot afford to sit on the sidelines tomorrow with this, man. You can't afford to sit on the sidelines for this one tomorrow, fam. I'm gonna guess the volume on this one. I'm gonna guess 40 million shares traded. I'm gonna guess 40 million shares traded tomorrow on this. Today, the stock traded 700,000 shares today. 700,000 shares today, because nobody knew. I know somebody knows here, because I'm about to look at the time and sales right now, and I'm gonna find and see if I can find an unusual buy, because somebody ass knew about this shit. Somebody's ass knew about this. Come on, can I get a time and sales? Let me see. Can I get a time and sales? Why am I time and sales? Somebody knew about this shit. Hold on. Level 2 quotes. Yeah, fine, give me a level 2 quotes. CVO. Yeah, look, and even in the pre-market, look at even in the aftermarket, they're going in huge. Look at the size in the aftermarket buying when the news came out. Huge. Huge volume. 5,000, 10,000, 3,000. 2,000, 5,000. They know what this is. They know what this is, man. They know what kind of information what kind of trading this can do. But we'll see. We'll see if the market shows up. But I'm going to call it now and say you're going to have at least 40 million shares traded in this tomorrow. I'm going to call it now and say that. I'm going to call it now and say that. HM, you need to answer what? You said a flawless victory? Yeah, let me get that. I have to get that flawless victory one. I don't have that flawless victory one. I don't have the flawless victory one on that one. You know, I don't have the flawless victory on that. But, yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay, so, wow, management was really good to keep this quiet. I don't see any unusual buying activity on CVO, man. You know, 100 here, 200 here, 300. I mean, the typical. So nobody really was in on it. Unless they got the news after hours as well and just kind of put it out there late. I doubt it. R-Log. It's a federal contract, so, I mean, they follow the rules. R-Log, the stock was up yesterday on I think it was was it a reverse split? I think it was a reverse, no, or was it? Hold on. No. Oh yeah, R-Log was just one of those shipping stocks doing what shipping stocks have been doing. Shipping stocks, DCIX was up. We had a few other stocks that was up. R-Log, we wondered whether or not it would have a second day, and R-Log, unfortunately, it didn't turn out so good for investors. And there was one guy's tweet in particular I wanted to bring up. Where's that guy? Some guy's tweet, and he literally said 8 a.m. and it was for today. It was sometime. It came on someday today, maybe like 9:30, 9:45. He's like, "I'm in heavy, guys. Wish me luck." And he showed his purchase order. It was like 5,000 shares. If I can find, I should have copied and pasted that damn tweet. But hey, man, this is maybe next time, man. Maybe next time. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think that wraps it up, man. Look, it's a really exciting day tomorrow. It's a really exciting day tomorrow. We got a government contract. We got a biotech play that's delivered some really great news. OTIC. Got Snap still falling on its ass. We got a couple of Nvidia tomorrow morning. No, is it tomorrow afternoon? Tomorrow afternoon, excuse me. Nvidia tomorrow afternoon. Macy's tomorrow morning. So we got a lot of interesting companies going to be delivering. We got Roku. Roku beat tonight, so Roku's going to run. The Republicans announcing their tax plan. The final edition of it is getting presented tomorrow. So you'll probably see that on the news live. That will affect markets. So big day tomorrow. Big day tomorrow to end the week out strong. This is going to be an opportunity for a lot of people to make a lot of money here. It's going to be an opportunity to make a lot of money with whatever it is you go with. So trade well. What's up, Bats? Yes, indeed. Bat Scientist in the building. But y'all know I'm on Snap, man. Snap. Let's get that $11 tomorrow on Snap, baby. $11. Let's go. Let's get that $11 on Snap. We might get it. We might not. Who knows? On Snap. We'll see. Let me see here. Caterpillar, Visa, several other stocks that are pretty doing. Nike's falling on its ass too. Well, Nike actually had a pretty good day today. What was the deal on Nike? Nike came out and said something, but it will be falling on its ass soon, I think, because Nike has been doing a little bit too much. It's been doing a little bit too much since earnings. All right. Yes, indeed. So please go ahead and press like on this video right now. Please go ahead and press like on this video right now. If this is your first time watching, press subscribe. Support the show at patreon.com/finance. If you want to learn more about stocks, hit up the man who got a lot of us started, Tim Sykes, at millionairetradingacademy.com. We do have the Discord link in the chat in the description as well as too. I'm not there, but I mean, you can go there and find guys over there. Follow me on Twitter, Free Stock Pick. Follow me on Instagram, Free Stock Pick. And I'll see you guys back here, same time, same place tomorrow. Let me go ahead and ring the bell and get us out of here for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining me. Another great episode. Another great episode of the show. Appreciate all of you guys. Yes, indeed. Another great episode, guys. George M., Joe Silva, Mixed Nut, HM, Cool Cats, Econ Global Fan. Thank you, sir. Glober Fan. Bad Scientist, again, thank you so much, bro. Every day I'm using something that guy taught me, man. That 4 and 8 and so many other things. Bill Betts, thank you, sir. Hey, Bill, are you still doing the pay trading? Woody Wright, Andrew, thank you so much, man. Andrew Gladys. Michael Holbrook, thank you, man. Yes, indeed. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you, Michael, taking the time to watch me from the other side of the world. Legendary Eights. Who else was in here, man? Joe Silva, again, thank you. Kelly Robb, Serious Manny, Cora Lee, Cool Cats. All the people who called up. Legendary Eights, thank you, sir. I will see you guys again. Same time, same place. Okay, Bill, great. Thank you, Bill. Just was curious. Mixed Nut, Joel Kraft, thank you, sir. Parker Mills, thank you. Good night. See you guys, same bang, same time, same place. Tomorrow. Till then, trade well. Good night.